Hello. Welcome to Rise and Bust. In today's episode, we will see another rise and bust story. We will analyze how it rose to glitter success, and then we will understand the mistakes that led to its downfall. And just to let you know, we post well-analyzed and real rise and fall stories. Stories of companies and people that once ruled the world, but then busted for small mistakes or series of mistakes. If you are interested in similar stories, then do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Now relax and enjoy the story and let us know in the comments what you learned today.
Once upon a time, there was a company called Kodak that was on top of the world. It was the go-to brand for film and cameras, and everyone knew its iconic yellow and red logo. But Kodak's story is not one of constant success. In this video, we'll explore the rise and fall of this once great company and see what lessons we can learn from its journey. Chapter 1. The Rise of Kodak. Kodak was founded in 1888 by George Eastman, who revolutionized photography by introducing the first roll of film that was preloaded into a camera. This made it much easier for amateur photographers to take pictures, and Kodak sales skyrocketed. Eastman was a pioneer in the field of photography, and he continued to innovate throughout his career. He introduced the first transparent roll of film in 1892, which allowed photographers to see their images as they were being taken. He also developed the Kodak Brownie, a simple and inexpensive camera that became wildly popular with amateur photographers. By the early 20th century, Kodak was a household name. Its catchy slogan, "You press the button, we do the rest," summed up the company's mission to make photography accessible to everyone. Kodak's cameras and the film became synonymous with memories, and the company's profits soared. But Kodak's success was built on a fragile foundation. The company's main source of revenue was filming. As the world started shifting towards digital photography, Kodak's profits began to decline. Chapter 2. The Digital Revolution. In the early 2000s, the world of photography was turned upside down by the advent of digital cameras. These new devices offered many advantages over film cameras, including the ability to see the photo immediately after it was taken, the ability to store and share photos digitally, and make edits and enhancements to the image on a computer. Competitors like Canon and Nikon were quick to embrace this new technology and started stealing market share from Kodak. The company tried to pivot and introduce its own line of digital cameras, but it was a little too late. Kodak had become so entrenched in the film market that it could not adapt quickly enough to the digital revolution. Kodak's first foray into digital cameras was the Kodak DCS-100, which was introduced in 1991. This camera was primarily aimed at professional photographers and was based on a modified Nikon F3 body. Despite its high price tag, the DCS-100 was well received by reviewers and became popular among news photographers. However, Kodak's efforts to capture the consumer market with digital cameras were less successful. The company's early digital cameras were bulkier and more expensive than competitors, and they struggled to gain traction. By the time Kodak introduced its first consumer-grade digital camera, the EasyShare, in 2001, it was already well behind the curve. As Kodak's profits declined, the company tried to find new sources of revenue. It introduced printing services, hoping to capitalize on the growing trend of people printing their digital photos at home. But again, it was too late. Canon and other competitors had already established a strong foothold in this market, and Kodak could not make a significant impact. Chapter 3. Kodak's Other Ventures. In addition to its core photography business, Kodak had many other ventures over the years. One of these was Kodak Gallery, an online platform for storing and sharing photos. Kodak Gallery was launched in 2005 and quickly became popular, with millions of users uploading billions of images to the platform. However, Kodak Gallery faced stiff competition from other photo-sharing sites like Flickr and Facebook, and the company struggled to monetize the service. In 2012, Kodak sold Kodak Gallery to Shutterfly for $23.8 million, a fraction of the $585 million it had spent to acquire the business just 5 years earlier. Kodak also made many attempts to enter the healthcare industry. In the 1990s, the company developed a line of digital medical imaging systems. In the 2000s, it launched Kodak Health Group, a division focused on healthcare IT solutions. However, Kodak struggled to compete with more established players in the healthcare market, and these ventures ultimately proved unsuccessful. In the consumer electronics industry, Kodak had more success. The company introduced a line of digital frames in 2005, quickly gaining popularity. Kodak also entered the printer market and developed a line of inkjet printers known for their affordability and high-quality prints. However, even these ventures were not enough to offset the decline of Kodak's core photography business. Chapter 4: The Fall of Kodak. By 2012, Kodak's financial situation had become dire. The company had reported losses for 5 consecutive years, and its stock price had plummeted. In order to stay afloat, Kodak was forced to file for bankruptcy. The bankruptcy process was long and drawn out, and it took years for Kodak to emerge as a smaller, leaner company. As part of the restructuring process, Kodak sold off several of its businesses, including Kodak Gallery and its digital camera patent portfolio. In the end, Kodak emerged as a much smaller company focused on the printing and packaging industry. While it has managed to survive, it will never again be the dominant force it once was in the world of photography. Chapter 6: Lessons Learned. The rise and fall of Kodak serve as a cautionary tale about the importance of adaptability in the business world. It's a reminder that even the most successful companies can fall if they don't stay ahead of the curve. In Kodak's case, the company was slow to embrace digital technology, ultimately leading to its downfall. It's a lesson that all businesses should take to heart. In our fast-paced world, the ability to adapt and innovate is crucial to survival. Another lesson from Kodak's story is the importance of diversification. Kodak relied heavily on its film business, and when that market declined, the company struggled to find other sources of revenue. Had Kodak been more diversified, it may have been able to weather the storm of the digital revolution more easily. Kodak's story is one of triumph and tragedy. It's a reminder of how quickly the world can change and how important it is for businesses to stay ahead of the curve. Whether you're a large corporation or a small startup, Kodak's rise and fall lessons are worth remembering as you navigate the unpredictable business world.